Now, this could be a hypnotic practice, what I'm saying right now. It could be a philosophy. It could be utter bullshit, right? It could be. I open to that dialogue. But check for yourself. Think of the last time you thought of something that happened to you that's horrible, right? Some people could be quite recent. Where is the stain on your being that persists or lingers? If you think of the last delicious experience you had, we had a pizza night recently, where are those wonderful flavors now? They leave the being clear. If anybody had a difficult time with the pizza night, through too many whatevers, then that you go through this process of challenge, right? Challenge. And everyone that's arrived at this house has had some kind of challenge that you have when you arrive here. It's fine. It's just kind of, you have a challenge coming to this house, and it arises as awareness, it abides as awareness, and it subsides as awareness every time. Even if you look at a small challenge like carrying your fruit from the taxi to the house. You bought too much, you've got 40 kilos. And it's a challenge, and it arises as awareness, it subsides as awareness, it abides as awareness, and subsides as awareness. And when you have it all in the fridge, all packed away, all in the shelves packed away, it completely vanishes. And that whole time you've never been harmed. The only harm that a human can have, the only kind of harm that a human can have, is your own voice telling you this is harmful. And if you believe it, it will be harmful, right? So I will never tell someone who's coming to me in a position of stress that that's just your mind, because I consider that to be spiritual bullying. You start to close down people's ability to share their authentic suffering as they perceive it. A much more skillful approach is to meet that claim of suffering with compassion, and then an invitation to have a look more closely at it. What really hurts? And sometimes in my life, things hurt, right? I'm probably at around maybe 95% of experiences are perceived initially as awareness and remain so. But there's still areas that sneak in where it takes some more relaxation or recognition to see its liberation. But I'm no different from any person in this room. And you've all had experiences yourself, but you give it different names. You say, this too will pass, let it be, I'm not going to focus on that, and all this kind of stuff. And this is just your mind trying to find its power. But there's something about your mind which you can access immediately, which is this luminous, clear, forever bright awareness that's unstainable. It is unstainable. And I know that, because I've been fortunate enough to go through so many different traumas in my life, as all humans do. And I've gone from poor to rich to not rich. I've gone from unsuccessful to successful to unsuccessful. I've had loving relationships, traumatic relationships, everything that every human goes through. And I can sit here now without any need to be anything other than I am, and say that I'm completely free. And I always have been. Once you recognize you're free now, you recognize there is only now, and you recognize the freedom that you have now expands into all of your memories, which only happen now. So your life is instantly healed. If that's not clear, you can ask about that when we have some questions. So if you look at the traumas I've had in my life, they appear now as this benevolent appearance of awareness that never stains the mirror. So this is the ultimate process of healing, right? In that what happens is that when you recognize that you've always been healed by recognizing awareness now, it completely heals everything in one go.